It's their choice. Whatever's your truth and your choice, I'll do whatever you want, whatever you say. It's not like I'm the expert. It's not like I'm the doctor here. All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. This is Morty, and I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Hit that like and subscribe, and let's party. So, guys, this is a party, but this is gonna be a little bit of a dark one. We have to talk about schmashmorshin. That's what we call it on this channel. Of course, we'll say schmashmorshin or the procedure. But there is a doctor who is performing late term, and it is not pretty. So Matt Walsh brings us this story. Let's check it out, because and I'm just telling you, I'm just warning you, it's a little bit dark. It's very dark, but I think it's important. Real quick shout out to Indie Film for getting the secret word in the last video. Make sure you wait till the end of the video to get the secret word for this one, and a shout out in the next video.
Hearn is now nearing his 5th decade of practice at his Boulder clinic in Colorado. He has persisted through the entire arc of Roe v. Wade, its nearly 50-year rise and fall. He specializes in abortions late in pregnancy, the rarest and most controversial form of abortion. This means that Hearn ends pregnancies of women who are 22, 25, even 30 weeks along.
30 weeks along. That's like the whole pregnancy.
Although 14 states now ban abortion in most or all circumstances, Colorado has no gestational limits on the procedure. Patients come to him from all over the country because he is one of only a handful of physicians who can and will perform an abortion so late.
One of the only physicians that will or can perform this porridge so late. Why do you think that is? Maybe it's that most doctors abide by the oath they took, the Hippocratic oath that says, first, do no harm. Is this really a story about how caring this doctor is? Or is it more a story of how unhinged and irresponsible and unethical this doctor is?
During the conversation and the ones following it, I prodded for cracks in Hearn's certainty. At one point, I thought I'd found one. Hearn had told me about a woman who'd sought an abortion because she didn't want to have a baby girl.
What?
Yep. She didn't want the girl. She wanted a boy, but it was a girl. So just get rid of it.
I thought he had refused. But when I followed up to ask him why, I learned that I had misunderstood. Hearn said he had done abortions for sex selection twice. Once for this woman and once for someone who desperately wanted a girl. It was their choice to make, he explained.
It's their choice. Whatever's your truth and your choice, I'll do whatever you want, whatever you say. It's not like I'm the expert. It's not like I'm the doctor here. It's not like I'm the one who has a responsibility to be doing these things in a responsible and ethical manner. But yeah, it's your choice. It's your choice. You want to kill your child? You want to cut off your arm? It's your choice. Is that how we talk about anything else in this country at all?
Quote, so if a pregnant woman with no health issues comes to the clinic, say at 30 weeks, what would you do? I asked Hearn once. The question irked him. Every pregnancy is a health issue, he said. There's a certifiable risk of death from being pregnant, period.
So this is where the schmashmorshin argument has moved. The fact that being pregnant is a certifiable risk of death inherently puts all pregnancies in that category of life of the mother. So now this is where the semantic obfuscation comes in. Well, it's the life of the mother, to save the life of the mother. Well, what's wrong with her? Well, she's pregnant. Well, I don't think that's what that phrase was initially intended to mean. I think it was meant to say that if there was an issue with the pregnancy, not that, in fact, she was pregnant. This is, and to think that this is reasonable is on such a different plane of existence than so many of us. And there's a lot of people that would have no problem with this. It really highlights the chasm between the two sides. And I mean, it's not just binary like that, but clearly with this issue, there's two sides. And it shows how far apart those sides are and how imperative it is that we form that middle ground, because it's not only so far apart, but it is continuing to erode. This is horrifying. And the mental gymnastics is scary.
You see there. So when you hear about the life-saving abortions, which are totally mythological. Okay, abortion does not. There's never a time when you need to actually do an abortion to save a woman's life. But when
Well, I think what he means there is that there might be situations where you need to remove the baby, but you don't need to kill the baby. There's that famous quote from whatever doctor that was saying, we take the baby out, we go in the other room, and then, me and the mother have a discussion.
What?
A discussion about what? There is a live baby that is now outside her body. But I guess to these people, whatevs.
When you hear about the life-saving abortions, this is what they mean.
Mm-hmm.
What they mean is that theoretically, a woman can die in childbirth, can die in labor. There's a certain, as he says, a certain risk of death when you're pregnant, in theory.
In theory.
And so for that reason, every abortion is a life-saving procedure.
The logic checks out. It really doesn't. And this is, again, guys, this is something that is just starting now that the Roe v. Wade decision, it was just last year that they overturned it. So we're going to start seeing more and more and more of this mental gymnastics to find ways around. And, the feminists were right when they said people who want abortions are going to get them. I think that it absolutely is unquestionable that there is no place to mark the beginning of a human life than conception. Therefore, if you end a life, whether it is inside or outside of the womb, that is killing. That shouldn't be done. However, I think that Roe v. Wade was a good compromise because the two sides are so far apart on this. For us to have even come to a compromise, even if it was on bad grounds, even if it was a bad ruling, I don't know that it was the best idea to push to overturn that. For 50 years, we had a decent, like I said, compromise. And now, while there might be 14 states where you can't get it at all, you can just take a nice trip over to our boy over here in Colorado, and for whatever reason, you can just get rid of it. I don't think that's a good thing, guys. I don't think that is a good thing. If you agree that is a bad thing, you will definitely find a home at the Indian Jesus Discord server where the party never ends. That is right, 24/7. We are in there hanging out. And after every single live stream, we go in for a live after show panel where you are on cam, on screen. Well, you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to, but you're on the screen. We're talking. You're not stuck behind your keyboard. It is a great time. Come and check it out.
Not to mention, which of course, I guess we're disregarding all of the many risks of death and injury that come from getting an abortion in the first place.
Yep.
Continues, in the 1970s, physicians did not induce fetal demise during abortion. And once or twice during a procedure at 15 or 16 weeks, he used forceps to remove a fetus with a still beating heart.
Hurrah!
The heart thumped for only a few seconds before stopping, but for a long while after, a vision of that fetus would wake Hearn from his sleep. So there he's saying that's infanticide, extracting a baby who is still alive and then watching the baby die.
Letting it die. Not just watching it die as if there was nothing you can do. You let it die. You let it die. You could have saved it. It could have had a life. But now it doesn't because mommy wanted a girl. Reasonable, right? I don't know, guys. I told you it was crazy. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know below. Thank you so much for partying with us. Once again, this is Morty, and I have been your host, Lutch, a.k.a. the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Catch us live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and hey, special treat for you for making it to the end of the video. Put in the comments below the secret word, and you can get a shout out in the next video. The secret word for tonight is going to be crazy. Comment the word crazy like this doctor, and you can get a shout out in the next video. Until then, we are out of here. Peace.